It's that time again. No weather report at the moment because I'm recording this early. I'm recording this, where are we? The 12th of May 24, Sunday. Because, well, I'll tell you why next Sunday. Now, next Sunday's episode is going to be about trains. Steam trains, diesel trains, electric trains, lots of things about trains and other bits and pieces, of course. So listen out for that one next Sunday. But in the meantime, let's get on with this week's midweek message. And we'll start with the Northern Lights. Has anyone seen the Northern Lights? Bob, hello Bob in Washington, US of A. Bob says, it's 1 a.m. and we're on the front porch watching the Northern Lights. Fantastic. They were clearly visible from where I am, except I was asleep, so I didn't see them. Some of the family members were up. They were up late, taking photographs and all sorts. I did know about it, but I was just tired. I think it's the heat. It's been so hot recently, it affects me a little bit. And I just went to sleep. Jordan, nice to hear from you. Jordan sent me a photograph. Ray's Pizza. There we are, famous Ray's. Looks like that shop is somewhere in America. Is that right, Jordan? That photo? That's good, Ray's Pizza. I do like pizza. Who's partial to pizza? I am. Ray's Rants at protonmail.com if you've got anything to say about pizza or Northern Lights or anything else. It's a lovely day today. In fact, it's so nice out there. Trish and I have been out there cleaning the car, inside and out. Looks like a new car. Do you clean your car regularly? We don't. I think we clean it once a year. If that. It's awful, really, isn't it? Friend of mine, Nick, here he lives a little way away from me. His car is spotless. Absolutely perfect. He's always cleaning it, washing it, polishing it. Makes me feel guilty. Do you clean your car regularly? Or are you like me, lazy? When I was young, I was always cleaning my car at the weekend, teenage years, early 20s. People did that at that age, didn't they? Always washing and polishing and doing things to the car, fitting extras, fitting loudspeakers under the back parcel shelf, things like that. Big speakers so you get a bit of bass. And fitting aerials. There was a craze. When was that? Was that the 70s? The craze was these 6-foot fiberglass aerials. You could get them in red and green and yellow or whatever, different colours. And people would put those on the car, not to use with the car radio, but just to stick it on the car to look good with a little pirate flag or something, a little flag on the top. I used to do that sort of thing all the time, stick aerials all over it. Of course, my aerials were for different radios I had in the car to chat to people. You don't see that sort of thing these days. I wonder what teenagers and young people do with their cars. I suppose they just have music from their phones and stuff and blast that out. Another thing that was very popular was putting spot lamps on the front of the car. I didn't do that. I didn't want spot lamps. What's the point of that? People thought they looked good. I don't know why people think doing things like that look good. I mean, I thought the aerial looked good because it did look good. Waving around as you're driving along with a little flag on top. But some people would have loads of spot lamps on the front. Loads of them. What's the point in that? And who remembers the mods, not the rockers, the mods with their scooters, their Lambretta, LD 150, LI 150, the Vespa. What was the Vespa called? I can't remember. The Vespa 175. They had the chromium bars, didn't they, on the front of the scooter, well, all over the scooter, with like 500 spot lamps on. And it looked, I don't know, what did it look like? Were you a mod or were you a rocker? These scooters, I remember seeing them because Brighton isn't far. It's only 10 miles away from me. And they used to go there, didn't they? The mods and rockers. They went there to fight each other and things like that. Why? I don't know why they did that. But I do remember that, all the motorbikes and the scooters all heading towards Brighton. But the scooters were all highly polished, chrome everywhere, glistening in the summer sun, really highly polished. And the motorbikes, of course, they sounded great, didn't they, with their engines? Vroom, vroom. Excellent stuff. I wasn't a mod or a rocker. I was a hippie. And hippies didn't go around on motorbikes and scooters. I don't know what hippies did. They just sort of went around saying, cool, man, make love, not war, stuff like that. To be honest, I don't remember going around saying make love, not war. I don't think hippies did anything in particular. Well, I say I was a hippie. I mean, I had long hair and I had the kind of inside-out sheepskin long coat thing, those, the kipper tie at some stage and the big shirt collar, then the flowers in the hair. all that nonsense. What do people do these days? Are there hippies and mods and rockers or equivalent? What is the equivalent these days? What's a chav? I'm often hearing about chavs. Oh, he's a chav. I'm not quite sure what chavs are. Can someone enlighten me? Raise rants at protonmail.com. Do you have chavs in Australia and America and wherever? Now, here's the thing. A friend of mine is going on the Waverley the paddle steamer. I think it sails from, is it Worthing or Brighton or wherever it sails from, or Shoreham? And this is in September. And now last year he went and I showed an interest, and we're trying to work out dates. Trouble is for me, September's very busy. But that would be interesting, going on that paddle steamer, wouldn't it? I think it goes around the Isle of Wight to the Needles, somewhere like that, and back again. Another trip is down, is it Dorset, the Jurassic Coast? It goes down there and back. So I've got to work out dates with this friend of mine to see what's what. September, I don't know why September's a busy month for us. Our wedding anniversary is September, so we normally do something there. But there seems to be a lot of other things going on. Having said that, every month seems to be busy. Every week, every day seems to be busy. Another subject altogether, parking. I heard from Rob. Hello, Rob. Rob is in Brighton, not far from me, and he's saying, isn't parking awful? And a lot of it, according to Rob, and I agree, Rob, local firms, we've got a big local government place here. They've built this huge building and they've got well over 100 staff, and the car park takes about 6 cars. They haven't built a car park to go with this new building they put up a few years ago. It's fairly near a railway station, so you could get the train to work and back. The trouble is not everyone can get the train because they're at the other end. For example, there's someone that comes from the back of Brighton and they're nowhere near Brighton station. They'd have to get the bus to the station, then get the train. It's just ridiculous. The whole thing is ridiculous. And what people are doing, this is Rob's point, they're parking on the local streets. We have people in our street here parking because they're going to work and they're there all day. Now, that's perfectly legal, I know, but it's clogging up all the local streets. So yes, Rob, I agree with you. I don't go to Brighton anymore, with all due respect. I don't like Brighton. It's too busy for me. Too many people, too much chaos going on all the time. Given the choice, now you know me, would I rather go to Brighton or go and sit in the woods? I think you know the answer. And of course, where there are public car parks, they cost a fortune, an absolute fortune. I think people are far better off walking, or if you can't do that, then stay at home. Was it Catherine the other day on her back porch, sitting there, looking at the flowers, enjoying the summer evening? I did that the other night. Trish and I did that. We're sitting out the back there. Got my shorts on, frightening the neighbours. Took my top off, frightened the neighbours even further. Screams going on and windows slamming shut. No, not really. And it was beautiful. Summer evening, the sun's setting. It's warm, the birds are singing. Oh, bliss. Who needs to drive anywhere in a car? I know a few people that don't own cars. They've had enough of it. Get rid of the damn thing. And it's awkward. Yes, obviously you've got to go shopping. There are certain things you do need a car for, but they'll get a taxi instead. Okay, taxis are expensive. They're not cheap these days. Well, they never were they? But if you work out the annual running costs of a car, tax, insurance, all the bits and pieces that go with it, the fuel, everything, it's far cheaper just to get a taxi when you need it. The problem is if we need to take stuff to the tip. I can't get a taxi to the tip and fill up his car with a load of rubbish. There are a lot of times when you do need your own car. Something will have to be done one day because we're getting millions and millions more cars on the roads every year and it's becoming gridlocked. People can't move. You can't park anywhere. There we are. On that note, I shall love you and leave you. I hope the weather's nice to you wherever you are in the world. Hope you're having a good week. I shall see you on Sunday. I want to have a chat about trains. Oh, getting married. That's something else. No, I'm not getting married Sunday. I am married. Stone the crows. That's bigamy. I'll be talking about getting married on Sunday. Getting married in the old days like we used to do it, and getting married these days, and the difference, particularly in the cost. Take care. See you next Sunday. Bye-bye for now.